Those darn kids. This is the kind of thing that could get right under your skin and start to annoy you an awful lot. Well, you do come across as a controlling and prudish Give the parents beer? That does seem excessive. So today I wanted to check out some Am I the Arsehole Halloween editions. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know what that was. If you don't know what Am I the Arsehole is, it's when people put in something that's going on in their lives and it's a situation and they present it as evenly as they can, and then afterwards the people who read it decide, are they the person in the equation who's being the arsehole, or is the person that they are talking about in the equation being the arsehole? So today I ask you, you judge who is the arsehole in these situations. Before I get into today's video, do be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Subscribing is free on YouTube. Otherwise, you're gonna get all tricks and no treats for Halloween. Also, if you want more of me and the Choosifer, check out membership or Patreon, because we have lots more videos over there. Okay, the first one says, am I the arsehole for telling my husband that if he wants to make a huge deal out of Halloween, he has to foot the bill? I always find it interesting just to go off the title. So just on the title alone, you would say, well, I gotta read the situation, so this isn't a good example of that. We are both 32, married for 3 years. We finally bought a house in Denver, CO. What's CO? Carolina? No. Connecticut? Meaning dollarses. On top of that, we're making minor updates, so money is tight. Husband Pete is one of those people who has a thing about being the cool house on Halloween. Halloween houses are definitely a much bigger deal in the USA. I have a video coming up all about Halloween in Europe versus the USA, so keep an eye out for that one. Giving out the full-size candy bars, being cool and in the know, and giving parents beer or something, over the top decorations, etc. Give the parents beer? That does seem excessive. Does anybody else do that, or just this dude? I'm not against decorating, giving out candy, etc. I love seeing kids in costumes, but I'm just not into all the excessive spending and the whole Mimi spooky season thing. I think $50 for a few bags of candy and some cobwebs/spiders and maybe a pumpkin or two are fine for this year. Yeah, that seems fair. However, Pete wanted to go all out. He wanted to get that huge skeleton, all the little ones, etc. Get hundreds of full-size candy bars, cases of beer, etc. He got a little frustrated that I had no interest, and then finally I told him, if you want to do all this, you can do it out of your own fund/personal budget for the month, but we have more important things to save our joint money on for right now. I don't know if this person sounds that way, it's just a voice I went with. He got upset because he doesn't have the money he would need, since he already spent the majority of it on his video gaming hobby. I said that we can do something bigger next year if he really needed to prove himself. Plus, we have no way of knowing how into the whole song and dance thing people get in this neighborhood. The last thing we need is a ton of candy bars sitting around. I'm already barely squeezing into my size 6 jeans lately. Damn, girl, size 6? Well done, you. Okay, interesting. On the face of it, initially I was thinking, well, you should go along with the thing that your husband loves to do, but then she presented the fact that it is their first year there. They don't know if their new neighborhood is into Halloween at all. It could just be a huge waste of money. So on the surface, I'm thinking, yeah, feel it out the first year. Don't throw yourself in the whole hog. Let's see what other people are saying. Not the arsehole. Sounds like you made a reasonable compromise suggestion. Budgeting is important. Fun alternative, maybe at the end of the season, offer to go clearance shopping with him for decorations. And prep for next year. This will show good faith and that you're on his side. Yes. See, I do think it is important to support your partner in the fun thing that they enjoy. I enjoy Halloween, so it's important to me that somebody else get on board with that too. I think that sounds like a really great compromise. I do think if you're going to have a joint account, there do need to be discussions around what you're going to do with that account. And sometimes it's fair that you go in on something you're not that mad about, but in this case, yeah, I think that's a good suggestion. What do you think in comments? Next up we have, am I the arsehole for losing my temper with my neighbor and her kids on Halloween? Those darn kids. Throwaway warning. Do we really need to do a warning? Do you have to do a warning? Just a side note, I do think sometimes trigger warnings have gotten a little bit out of hand. That being said, I do check that website, Does the Dog Die, before I watch films, so yeah, I take it on board. If I know that's not something I want to see, I will check it out. So let me know, do you think that warnings have gotten a little out of hand or not? One of my neighbors who lives on my street is a literal nightmare. She is with our homeowners association and seems to have a personal grudge against me and a few other neighbors. Once my aunt came to visit and she parked right in front of my house. We live in a quiet suburban neighborhood, so her car wasn't blocking the road at all and is never busy, but my neighbor took it upon herself to report it and I got faced with a hefty fine. Oh, that does seem a little busybody, doesn't it? She will always do petty things like if my wife and kids walk our dog, sometimes our neighbor will follow them behind to make sure they clean up after it. Don't walk on anybody's grass. It's ridiculous. Okay, gotta read the rest. Those are just a couple of examples. On to the story. Now, no one really respects my neighbor, and I vowed if she comes to the door, I will straight up refuse to answer. Sure enough, she and her kids come to my door. I am looking from the window, and the kids knock a few times and look like they're going to give up. The mother comes up and knocks on my door. She sees our cars in the driveway, so she knows we're home. I relent and answer, and she badgers me. How come you didn't answer me? We've been here for 5 minutes. Oh my God, the entitlement. Her kids interrupt her and cheerily say, trick or treat. I wanted to give them candy because they are fairly well behaved. But because their mother is a nightmare, I say, sorry, not giving you guys anything. Ooh. The mother flips her shiz and yells at me for not being in the spirit of Halloween and mentions how she will embarrass me by telling everyone how much of a Scrooge I am. Isn't that Christmas? They leave and I sit there fuming. After a couple of minutes, I grab a few candy bars, walk outside and find them a few houses down. I storm up to them, throw the candy at their feet and yell at the mother, here's the candy for your effing kids. Enjoy it, you old hag. She looked terrified because I did approach them suddenly. I'm not sure if I was the arsehole here or not. My neighbour has been nothing but rude to me for years, and because I initially refused to give her kids candy, I was somehow the bad guy, ? Okay. First off, one of my biggest things I hate in life is a busybody. Cannot stand a busybody. It's a clear sign that the person has nothing else going on in their life if they're following after you. That being said, I do think rules are there for a reason, so you should follow rules.
Some rules. Like the ones you were already going to follow.
This is the kind of thing that could get right under your skin and start to annoy you an awful lot. In this instance, what I would do if I was being held to such a high standard about the rules of where they are, then I would probably hold her to all of the rules myself, and I would start keeping a record. I'm just that petty. I'd keep a record of all the rules she breaks. Exact little rules.
No running.
Now, the whole interaction with the kids, for me, was a no. You do not yell at kids or get kids involved in things that they have no control over. On the busybody's hand, I don't think she probably should have gone up and knocked on that door if she doesn't have a good relationship with that neighbour. But she did, and going up and throwing candy at them and yelling at the mother in front of them, I'm pretty sure that in some places in the world that would be described as verbal assault. Even throwing the candy, if it maybe accidentally hit someone, that would be assault. So, not a good call. Let's see what people have upvoted as the best answer. You're the arsehole. You said it yourself. The kids were well behaved, and at the end of the day, your actions affected children who had nothing to do with their mother's behavior. I'm honestly kind of horrified at the original poster's behavior. I get it, the neighbor is a piece of work, but there's no reason to scare and embarrass her kids. Darn, get your temper under control. Yeah, the temper did seem to be pretty bad. Let me know below in comments what you make about all of this. Okay, next we have, am I the arsehole for refusing to switch my vacation time so my co-worker could attend her son's first play and Halloween events? Ooh, this could be an interesting one. There is a huge question, especially among my peers who work in office settings, about whether people with children should get priority over people who are not in relationships or people who don't have children. In my opinion, no, everybody should be treated the same. However, we'll read the rest of this. I work in human resources for a mid-sized company. For a variety of reasons, I haven't been overseas in 10 years, and I haven't taken a full week off in 3. In August of this year, I announced to everyone that I would be in the British Virgin Islands the first week of November and put on my department's shared group calendar. It's all I've been talking about, and I even have a sticky note countdown calendar in my cubicle to mark the days. Oh, that's quite sweet. My coworker Jane's son Michael is 5 and in kindergarten. At his elementary school, they're putting on a Halloween play, doing trunk or treat, handing out candy from your parked car, and making up half the school into a big haunted house. On Monday, Jane begged me to pick another week and said she didn't know about all this stuff until now, and if I take my scheduled vacation, it means she'll miss out on his first play and the Halloween festivities. I refused, as aside from not wanting to deal with change fees, I have booked activities, and I'm also attending a Halloween party, but I've had a couple of other people imply or outright state that I am being selfish, and Jane has apparently been tearing up at the prospect of missing her son's Halloween play. So, am I the arsehole here? My answer? No, you're not the arsehole. This is not like a simple thing that you could go, oh, I have a heart, and I'm gonna let you take that week. No, you've been planning this for ages. There's money behind it. You put it in the calendar So you have to go. That being said, I think her company is the arsehole for not figuring out a way to allow her to go to this event because it is important. So in my opinion, you are not the arsehole, but the company is the arsehole for not trying to figure it out. It's not on you though. You can't reschedule stuff overseas. And definitely shouldn't have to pay an extra fee. Let's see what people are saying. Not the arsehole. This is a personal pet peeve of mine that people with kids prioritize their schedule over others. You put in for the time off, that was granted, and you're off on vacation soon. Jane can find someone else to cover or figure it out like an adult. Can't believe Jane also works in HR. She should know better than to ask you to even change your plans. I think this is a little harsh. I mean, I'm not a parent yet myself. However, I would assume that a lot of times schools do not give you enough notice for stuff like this. I can imagine that's a thing. Like, they should have really let her know in advance that this was going to be a thing she would need to book in time off for. Perhaps if she had known that in advance, she would have booked time off in advance. So I don't know if that's what they're saying, but I do think that the grievance should be with the company and not the person. What do you think? Have you ever been put in a position like that in the workplace where somebody made you feel bad for having scheduled time off? And finally, am I the arsehole for asking my girlfriend not to wear a Halloween costume? Well, I'm going to say, just from the title alone, yes, but let's dig into it. My girlfriend and I are both 21 years old. I don't know why, but she's already started planning Halloween parties and costumes with her friends. Because planning it is fun. She wants to go to a few parties and clubs that night, and she wants us to go together. She wants to wear a sexy Princess Jasmine costume. Jasmine already wears pretty revealing clothes in the animated movie, but my girlfriend just wants to wear a blue bra and loose pair of pants that is very transparent and see-through. Not Western style pants, more of a Middle Eastern style, but not exactly. Okay. Well, if that's what she wants to wear. I am a very big fan of Aladdin, and I played Aladdin in a school play, so I was actually very happy for her with the initial idea of a Jasmine costume and was touched thinking she was doing it for me. It's quite self-centered. I am not very comfortable with such a revealing, sexy costume though. Am I the arsehole for asking her not to wear this costume? She was pretty upset with me and is dead set on wearing this outfit, whether I agree with it or not. I understand that I have no right to control what she wears and that it's her body and her choice. Do you understand that? But seeing how uncomfortable I am with my girlfriend wearing such revealing clothes, I don't see any other alternative but to ask her not to wear it or not go with her on Halloween. Even then, if I don't go with her, I'm not sure I'm okay with her going to so many parties and bars on her own dressed like that when she has a boyfriend. I know how crazy such college, especially with massive amounts of drinking on Halloween. A lot of her female friends are also planning on wearing revealing, sexy outfits, and I guess it's par for the course for Halloween. I genuinely do not want to come across as controlling or prudish arsehole, and I'm not forcing her to do anything, but I don't like how the whole thing has gone down. Well, you do come across as a controlling and prudish arsehole. But here's the thing, you're 21, okay? If you want a girl who is more conservative in how she dresses and all that, and that's something you feel strongly about, go find a girl like that. You're 21. I certainly would not stand for a man telling me how I should or should not dress, but I do make decisions for myself and how I choose to present myself. I don't judge my friends if they want to dress up in a more sexy fashion than I do. I try to love them for who they are, because otherwise I wouldn't be friends with them. And if you don't feel the same way about your partner, you probably shouldn't be partners with them. It sounds to me like you're reeling off a lot of stuff you've been told to say. Like, I don't want to sound controlling and prudish. It's her body, her choice. But it doesn't sound like you actually believe that, which is your thing. But don't say that you don't feel that way when you do. Also, it's Halloween, and when you're in college, sexy costumes is the thing for girls. Like, it's the fun thing about being in college. It's just a fun thing. I don't know why he's looking down on her getting so excited about Halloween too. Just sounds to me like they are not right for each other. Let's see what people are saying in comments. You're the arsehole. You do not let her wear swimsuits. She can literally wear whatever she wants, and if you're not comfortable with her or trust her, maybe you should not be in a relationship until you grow up a little. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, he can go try and find somebody that suits him in that position if he's an unwavering thing. There are definitely girls out there who will share his opinion, and that's fine. But you can't control somebody. You can't make them do something they don't want to do or not do something that they want to do. Like, that's not how relationships work. Anyway, that was super interesting. I really want to hear your opinions. It's always fun to have a chat about differing opinions and see the perspective of other people. We all come from different places with different backgrounds, and that's what makes the world interesting. Shout out today to a couple of very special people.
Our first shout out goes to Brian Ediger, who wants to shout out all the mom and pop shops / small business owners. He believes that small businesses are the backbone of a strong economy, and having started a business or two himself, he knows how difficult it can be to start and keep going. You are so right, Brian. Anybody can come up with an idea, but actually executing it and keeping it up is a whole other thing.
Thank you so much, Brian. Up next, we have Jason.
Jason's shout out this month goes to all the nursing students in our communities. He says he has been blessed to teach countless nursing students during his career, and many people do not understand how demanding their programs are. Additionally, these students are also juggling their at-home responsibilities at the same time. That is such a great point. I'm so thankful for nursing students.
Thank you so much, guys. That's it for today. See you on the other side. Bye. Sorry, Bubby. I'm going to try and not put my hand here, because when I do, it causes the camera to jiggle wiggle. Oh, I'm doing it already. Ladies, can relate when you have a hair stuck in your lip gloss and you can't locate the hair. And no, I don't have a hair growing out of my lip. Maybe under my lip. I'm feeling a little bit itchy today, guys. Mommy gave me extra ham and cheese. Yeah, we give you some more cheese? Do you want some more cheese? Oh, he perked right up then, didn't he?